is soaring. Just in 2005, it was under $14,000 per year on average. Now, it's nearly $40,000 per year.
These soaring costs, diminishing returns in the job market are turning more and more young Americans to trade schools, with more than 1.5 million enrolled in 2023.
Our next guests are helping push more and more young people to buck the trend of a four-year degree and embrace trade schools. Joining us now, Made by Anderson Brands co-founders Allie Anderson and Corey Anderson. All right, welcome to you both. It's great to see you. I'm so personally interested in this. As I was sharing with you, I've got kids who are teens. They're thinking about what's next. You know, I know the college route. I went down that route. They make it very clear to you how to go that direction. Yep. But if you want to help your kids go another direction, you kind of feel like you got to figure it out on your own. Talk about, Allie, let's start with you. Talk about the opportunities here.
The opportunities are immense right now. I mean, what a great time to join the skilled trades. By 2030, we're going to have over 2 million open jobs for the skilled trades. And so we have started a nonprofit, Iron Warrior Academy, where we're really encouraging students who are interested in that to come join us, where we can teach them all things skilled trades.
Will you operate foundries in Indiana and in South Dakota?
That's correct.
How does the Academy work with those two foundries?
So we actually started the Academy out of a need for needing workers in our operations. And one thing that we recognized was that if we could get young kids with the right character, we could teach them the skills. And that was really kind of the founding principle behind the Iron Warrior Academy. And so
what I like about this and what the America needs to know is that we need to start getting our kids into the trades. College is no longer worth it. You saw the graphic before. It used to be $13,000 a year. Now it ballooned up to $35,000 a year for a degree that does nothing for you. So you're going out of college basically over $100,000 to $150,000 in debt, and you can't find a job. And then if you do find a job, it's only be paying you $50,000 to $60,000 a year. There's no point of college. There's too many people, too many young people are holding on to this dream of college and then making it after college. Trade schools is the best. I'm wholeheartedly in favor of trade schools because these guys can get out of trade school and make a guaranteed 6 figures because you're needed. We have less people wanting to get into trades because it's work. People are willing to go to college, waste all this money, but then what happens is you can't pay that money back, so you're in debt. That puts the country behind because they're the ones funding these loans. We need to start telling our young kids to go to trades. This is why it's very imperative for your kids, especially during the summer. They got 3 months off. Put your kids in trade schools. Let them know about certain different trades that they can learn and get a skill. I feel like some of these young kids that you guys have that's not doing nothing, if you put them in trade school every year, every summer of college, of high school, by the time they get out of high school, they'll be ready to do a trade. Trade schools is where it's at. We got to start putting our youth into that. We got to start having that attention go to trade schools because there's so many jobs. See, it's so funny. Everybody talks about the AI. We already got the major players in AI. You're not going to create nothing new. You're not. Sorry. But what it is, though, these AI centers, they need people to build them. They need people to maintain them. They need people to do the stuff that you need to do to create a data center. Those are all tradespeople. So people were thinking that AI was going to create a lot of millionaires and billionaires. No, it's going to create a select few in the world of AI. But it's going to create so many millionaires and so many stable jobs amongst blue-collar workers. See, that's the thing that people didn't see about AI. They looked at it as far as, ooh, I want to do AI because I'm going to make so much money up here. But really, it's the people that's working and building these data centers that's going to make all the money. The people that's driving these semi-trucks across country, they're the ones going to be making the money. Because you are needed. We're starting to see this thing, I'm saying this trend of blue collar workers. Why do you think that the United States Department of Education switched over the curriculums and stuff and gave all that responsibility to the Department of Labor? It's because the Department of Labor knows what jobs we need to get fulfilled. So we start telling our kids and start teaching our kids early about wood shop, building, understanding plumbing, understanding electrician. Those are things that you could put in classes as electives. So you got to pick an elective. So pick this elective. We used to have it in auto body shop. We used to have it in all these things back in the day, but we don't have it anymore. But the Department of Labor is going to come in and say, all right, we're going to put these classes in here, these classes. And if you don't want to do that, you're not going to get no money. So these schools are going to have to do it because why? Money rules everything. But I love the fact that we have so many nonprofits. I'm thinking about starting a nonprofit to help young kids get into the trades because that's the thing right now. Like she said, 2 million jobs could be available. But what it is, you got to make that job look cool. But it starts in the school. So I love this, though. I definitely love this.
We're really developing characters and skills because, like Mike Rowe says, it's not a skills gap, it's a wills gap. And we're trying to solve the problem with will and driving that character, mental toughness, grit, resiliency into these young kids so that they can be good providers and really fit in the skilled trades.
All right, so paint us a picture here. If a kid goes into one of your programs, what are they going to do and how are they going to grow? Who are they going to become through that program?
Oh, it's so fun to watch. Honestly, this is the best thing we get to do. You know, we operate foundries on our day-to-day, but it's the Iron Warrior Academy stuff that really fills our hearts. Students get exposure to welding, the foundry. They actually get to go and see iron be poured. They leave with a war hammer. They get to go.
That's cool.
Oh, it's incredible.
I
Yeah.
might have to sign up for this.
That's right.
Just for the hammer.
I have a mini kettlebell.
Yes.
This is so
Which,
cool.
So what do you forge in the foundries, and what do the young people learn? What they walk out of the academy and could go get a job doing what?
So we make iron castings that go into all sorts of construction equipment, military defense, power transmission, and then aluminum castings that go primarily into automotive and racing. And so we cover a lot of different industries in our manufacturing plants. And so it gives the kids a lot of exposure as to the nice thing about the skilled trades is you get to build with your hands. And then they get to see the product that lives on that they built and had a part in. And so that.
Yeah. We got to start getting our kids, start pushing our kids into trades. Especially if our kids are, you know, they're not in sports. We got to push them into that because everything is made by hand. How do you keep jobs in America? Everybody talk about, oh, we need jobs. We need jobs. Well, you need to have skilled workers. You need to have people that's willing to work with their hands but have the ability to make these things. That's the reason why all the jobs is in China. That's the reason why everything get made overseas. It's because we don't have the people here to make it. Like he said, it's not a skills gap, it's a will gap. See, everybody's been pushing this social media, be a social media star, create an app, be a content creator. All these things is being pushed. But these kids don't want to work hard in that. They want to make instant success, but they can't get instant success. So what happens is they get depressed. Put these kids outside and working on some stuff and building some stuff with your hand. There's nothing like working on something and something works because you put your hands to it. Like build it. Like I used to work on engines. I know how to build engines. I know how to work on my cars. I know how to, I know how to do plumbing. I know how to do electrician. I can do carpentry. I can do stuff in the house. And I feel proud when it's done because I did it with my hands. We have to start putting our generations and our kids into that to where they're like, okay, cool. Worst case scenario, I got this trade. I feel like having a trade that's your foundation. If you want to chase your dreams, then you can chase your dreams after that job, right? Like you see a lot of people, billionaires today will say, I work from 8 to 5, and then from 5 to 12, I worked on my dream. But you still work from 8 to 5 to give you that base, to give you that money coming in to where you're like, cool, but then I'm going to work on my dream. It's not just I'm going to work on my dream and fuck that job. See, that's what a lot of kids are doing. They say, I want to be a content creator. I'm not going to work. I'm going to be a content creator. But then you're not putting in the work to be a great content creator. You're not creating 50 clips a day. You're not going hard. You're not learning the skill. You just thinking that you just got to do this. That's what's messed up our generation. You see people on social media with this limited success, but then you see content creators talking about I'm broke with 1 million followers. So the kids don't see that. They just see the people, but they think the money coming in like that, but it doesn't. This is why I'm a big favor, and especially our generation that's coming up. It's put them in trades, man. If you're not willing to, go to the Army, or if you're not willing to go to college and get a real degree, if you don't want to do that, but you just want to work, get into the trades. If you want to be a content social media star, great. But get this trade first, and then after you've done that, after at night, you can work on that. Cool. I have no problem with that. Build your dream with the foundation. But I really feel like trade schools is a great thing. You got CDLs as well. Get your CDLs. That's another good trade. Get into these things that you can use your hands to make money. I think that's the next wave. It's not AI. It's not it's not the all these other things you hear. It's the trade schools. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification button as well. We're going to keep this thing rocking. Appreciate you guys. Daily Show coming soon.